And riding into your radio, this is Ralph Emery. Hi there, folks. Welcome to our show, and here's Emmylou Harris. Hi, Emmylou.
Oh, hi. We're in the home stretch, I think.
Yes, we are, and it's a delight to have you on the show again.
Oh, thank you very
In your
much.
butterfly jacket. I'm about to lose my voice. Our show is presented by Bayer Aspirin and by Ford Trucks. Take over, Emmylou.
Okay, we're going to hear from Charlie McCoy, and he's playing the Fireball Mail.
Charlie McCoy, the Fireball Mail.
Latin Scruggs performing just one of 30 original bluegrass hits in 30 years of bluegrass. Listen to what you get. The Stanley Brothers. Bill Clifton.
Let me be your solid dog, or I want to be your man.
Latin Scruggs.
Let me be your solid dog.
Benny Martin. 30 years of bluegrass can be yours today by mail only. The 2-record set is only $5.99, 8-track tape only $7.99. Order yours now.
To get your copy of 30 Years of Bluegrass, send your check or money order today for $5.99 for the album set or $7.99 for the 8-track tape to Bluegrass, Box 8, Nashville, Tennessee, 37202. That's Bluegrass, Box 8, Nashville, Tennessee, 37202.
I switched to Bayer.
Are you talking to me?
I used to use an aspirin substitute.
Who are you?
Then do you know what I read?
Well, you know, I don't take this bus often.
Inflammation often accompanies pain, and aspirin substitutes do nothing to relieve inflammation.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Also, a major hospital study showed 99 times out of 100, Bayer didn't upset the stomach, so I switched to Bayer.
Come to think of it, my aunt switched to Bayer.
Yeah? What bus does she take?
Bayer aspirin, the kind of relief you cannot get from an aspirin substitute. Use only as directed.
Emmylou Harris is my guest. Emmylou, where do you live these days when you're not traveling?
Los Angeles now. In fact, just recently I bought a house out there, and that's where my husband really has to be, you know, and so we figure, well, we'll live there for a while.
You have any children?
Yes, I have a daughter, and he has a daughter, so we're a newly formed family.
Do you ever get a chance to play housewife and mother and stay home and cook and that sort of thing?
Oh yeah, it's interesting.
Well, I know that cleaning up the dishes is not and carrying the garbage out is not the most exciting thing in the world.
No, but family life is a real important part, I think, of anyone's life, no matter what kind of a career you have.
Do you always block out certain days when you absolutely will not work?
Well, I'm at the point of organizing that now, and that's going to have to be part of my schedule.
Now, you're getting more popular all the time. What was happening to you prior to this string of hits that we've been playing in this show? Were you a working entertainer?
Well, I worked clubs 6 nights a week with a country band for a year before I did the first album, Piece of the Sky. Before that, I was on the road as a backup singer, and before that, I was working as a folk singer in clubs 6 nights a week.
So you've been singing a long time.
I've been singing professionally for 10 years. Yeah.
A lot of tunes. How many songs do you know by heart?
Well, it's real hard to say because, in all honesty, sometimes you actually forget ones. But I'm sure I know at least 100 songs.
You want to sing one?
No, I'll just turn on the tape machine here.
All right, let's turn on and go back for another helping of One of These Days.
Okay.
Well, I won't have to job no wood. I can be better, I can be good. I can be any way that I feel one of these days. Might be a woman that's dressed in black, be a hobo by the railroad track. I'll be gone like the wayward wind one of these days. One of these days it will soon be all over, cut and dry, and I won't have this urge to go all bottled up inside. One of these days I'll look back and I'll say I left in time, 'cause somewhere in me I know there's peace of I might someday walk across this land, carrying the Lord's book in my hand, going across the country singing loud as I can one of these days. But I won't have trouble on my back, cutting like the devil with a charming axe. Got to shake him off of my back one of these days. One of these days it will soon be all over, cut and dry, and I won't have the urge to go all bottled up inside. One of these days I'll look back and I'll say I left in time, 'cause somewhere for me I know there's peace of mind. There's gonna be peace of mind for me one of these days.
Our guest, Emmylou Harris, and that's called One of These Days. Larry Gatlin with Love Is Just a Game.
Love is just a game that everybody plays, and when the game is over, not everybody pays. Some play the game and lose, some play the game to win. The winners walk out laughing, the losers cry, deal again. Lady, you and I have played the game. Now there's no feeling left except for the pain. Find comes the time to fall apart, and I find that I am in way over my heart. We've been holding on to holding on, but we can't leave, not well enough alone any longer. We're not making love, we're keeping score. It's a simple matter, it don't matter anymore, 'cause love is just a game that everybody plays, and when the game is over, not everybody pays. Some play the game and lose, some play the game and win. Winners walk out laughing, the losers cry till again.
Larry Gatlin with Love Is Just a Game.
Here's Merle Haggard for Ford's new F-250 4x4.
Hey, pickup driving man, are you in love? Ford's got your kind of a real tough truck. It's a strong running, long running, smooth as a song running pickup with a proud Ford brand. Made tough with the pickup driving man.
For $77, Ford's new F-250 is our toughest 4x4 by far. It has an all-new frame, new integral power steering, new easier entrance height, and even more transfer case clearance than before. Plus, with V8 automatic, there's Ford's exclusive choice of either full-time or efficient part-time four-wheel drive with free-running hubs. Ford's new F-250. It's one tough four-wheeler.
Made tough for the pickup driving man.
Now, I want you to tell me about Linda Ronstadt. I don't know Linda Ronstadt, so I'll have to depend on you to tell me about her.
Well, let's see now. I'm prejudiced, perhaps. I find her to be a very wonderful person. She's been a very good friend to me. I think she's a remarkable musician. She doesn't play an instrument, but just her feeling for a song and her arrangements and her for 10 years she's been out there fronting a band and doing country music and all different kinds of music and been at it on the road, and it's been a hard life, and she's a very strong lady.
She married?
No. At the same time, she's has a vulnerability to her. She hasn't become hard through all this. She still goes out of her way to help people. She's very generous. Boy, this sounds like but it's really true. I mean, she's also a very intelligent woman. I mean, she can talk to me about subjects I know absolutely nothing about.
Does she have a college background?
No, she went straight from high school, I think, into singing. It's just she's an avid reader and just picks up a lot of information. And she's a lot of fun to be around. We enjoy getting together and singing. And
do you have time to be a buddy?
Well, as I was saying earlier in one of the shows, you get to the point where your friendships are based on just maybe getting together one evening out of a 6-month period and singing songs and saying, what have you been doing? Well, I've been doing this. and there's a sense of camaraderie of knowing that you're out there doing the same thing, and know that you've all been through the same things, that you go through the same problems, the same headaches, and the same hardships. I know that it's probably gotten really, really hard for her lately, because all of a sudden, she always was, in a sense, a star and had a following, but all of a sudden the last year it's just completely exploded into superstardom for her. And it's been real hard for her to have any time to herself. But she seems to be quite happy, and is able to handle her success, because she's knows who she is and what she wants, and I think that she takes all of it with a grain of salt.
Well, I thought we would have her sing a song on
That's
the show.
a good idea.
I assume she believes in the 11th commandment, and thou shalt not take thyself too seriously.
I think she does.
Let's go to Linda Ronstadt, one of her memorable performances.
I've been cheated, been mistreated. When will I be loved? I've been pushed down, I've been pushed round. When will I be loved? When I find a new man that I want for mine, it always breaks my heart in two. It happens every time. I've been made blue, I've been lied to. When will I be loved? When I find a new man that I want for mine, it always breaks my heart in two. It happens every time. I've been cheated, been mistreated. When will I be loved? When will I be loved? Tell me, when will I be loved?
Linda Ronstadt singing When Will I Be Loved?
Elvis, superstar. Now you can enjoy the best of Elvis on a 2-record set of double dynamite hits. 'Cause your kiss lift mine like the sweet song of the choir, and you light my morning sky. Burning love. Who's falling in love in a hurry? You better not mess with the U.S. mail, my friend. Treat me like a fool. Treat me cruel. All you ever love me. Both LPs only $6.95. 8-track tapes $7.95. Here's how to get yours.
To get your Elvis Double Dynamite, send your check or money order today for $6.95 for the 2-record set or $7.95 for the 8-track tape to Elvis, Box 8, Nashville, Tennessee 37202. That's Elvis, Box 8, Nashville, Tennessee.
We're sitting here with Emmylou Harris, and I wondered if you were into the occult, Emmylou. Earlier you mentioned that there are many things you cannot explain by a coincidence.
Yeah. Oh, I think there's something to everything. I mean, I'm always leery of people who rule their lives through astrology. At the same point, I think that there are certain astrological aspects to everything that, you accept it as a part of it's probably a part of reality. But at the same time, to live your life over or something like that, I think it's a little bit silly.
Do you pursue your horoscope?
Not actively. I mean, I think I had my chart done at some point, and it said this and this and this and this and whatever, and some things sound true to me, but I believe really that in a sense you are given so much, and you do as much as you can with it, and it's a constant. You don't get trapped in yourself. You don't get locked in or inhibited by somebody says, okay, you're this way and you'll never change. Well, I don't agree with that.
Well, you can make your own destiny then.
Yeah, I would say that, yes.
A song coming up by the Oak Ridge Boys, who have made the transition from the gospel music field to country music.
She played tambourine with a silver jingle, and she must have known the words to at least 1,000,000 tunes. But the one most requested by the man she knew as cowboy was a late-night benediction at the Y'all Come Back Saloon. In a voice soft and trembling, she'd sing her song to cowboy as a smoky halo circled round her raven hair. And all the fallen angels, the pinball playing rounders, stopped the games that they'd been playing for the loser's evening prayer. Faded love and faded memories, how they linger in her mind. Miles and years played the cowboy like an old melody, out of tune and out of time. Every night in the shadows, thinking back on Amarillo, he'd dream of better days and ask for faded love. Lifting high his glass in honor of the lady and her song, he paid his check and lonely walked that broken cowboy home. She played tambourine with a silver jingle, and she must have known the words to at least 1,000,000 tunes. But the one most requested by the man she knew as cowboy was a late-night benediction at the Y'all Come Back Saloon. She played tambourine with a silver jingle, and she must have known the words to at least 1,000,000 tunes. But the one most requested by the man she knew as cowboy was a late-night benediction at the Y'all Come Back Saloon. She played tambourine with a silver jingle, and she must have known the words to at least 1,000,000 tunes. But the one most requested by the man she knew as cowboy.
Oak Ridge Boys singing Y'all Come Back Saloon. Emmylou Harris is sitting with me, and I thought we'd get into a little bit of Queen of the Silver Dollar, Emmylou.
Okay.
And did you do this before? This has been done by a number of people. Did you do
Yeah, I did this with my old band, Angel Band. In fact, they're the band playing on the track. And it was always the one to end.
Huh?
It was always the song we did to end the evening, and there's a little anecdote about this. I was playing in a place called the Red Fox in Bethesda, Maryland, and there was a guy who used to come see me and bring a bunch of his cronies, and he would go crazy for this song every night, and they elected me Queen of the Poolsville Coon Hunters Association, and I was presented with a trophy that has a coon dog tree and a coon on it, and it says, to Emmylou Harris, the Queen, our Queen, quotes of the Silver Dollar and of the Poolsville Coon Hunters Association for the year 1974. I just thought I'd throw that in.
Have you ever started hunting coon yet?
No, I haven't. Haven't had time.
You ever shot a shotgun?
No, I haven't. I shot a rifle.
You a good shot?
No.
Okay. Just try to check on that. See what your talents were. Emmylou, let's go to the record then. Queen of the Silver Dollar.
She arrives in all her splendor each night at 9 o'clock. Her chariot is a crosstown bus that stops right down the block. Now the old piano minstrel plays a tune as she walks in, and the queen of the silver dollars home again. She's the queen of the silver dollar. She rules the smoky kingdom. Her scepter is a wine glass, and a bar stool is her throne. Now the jesters flock around her, trying to win her favors, to see which one will take the queen of the silver dollar home. Now the royal dress is satin, it's shabby and it's torn. The royal jewels are rhinestones, the shoes are scuffed and worn. Of the many roads she's been down and the places that she's seen, well, they all look at her and say, God save the queen. She's the queen of the silver dollar. She rules a smoky kingdom. Her scepter is a wine glass, and a bar stool is her throne. Now the jesters flock around her, trying to win her favor, to see which one will take the queen of the silver dollar home. Now the queen of the silver dollar is not as haughty as she seems. She was once an ordinary girl with ordinary dreams. But there's a man who found her and he brought her to this world. He's the one who made a queen of a simple country girl. Yes, I'm the queen of the silver dollar. I rule a smoky kingdom. My scepter is a wine glass, and a bar stool is my throne. Now the jesters flock around me, trying to win my favors, to see which one will take the queen of a silver dollar home. Yes, I'm the queen of the silver dollar. I rule a smoky kingdom. The scepter is a wine glass, and the bar stool is my throne. Now the jesters flock around me, trying to win my favors, to see which one will take the queen of the silver dollar home.
Shel Silverstein wrote that song, and to add to his collection of hits, I thought you did a nice job there. There's a lot of good harmony on that record. Who was singing with you?
That was Linda Ronstadt and Herb Peterson. Herb Peterson, great musician, singer in his own right. He has an album out called Southwest, I think.
Mm-hmm. So they were laying in the track with you, the harmony tracks.
Yeah.
Or did you do that with that mobile studio again?
Actually, we recorded that in Washington because I wanted to do it with my old band. But we did the harmonies and the vocals back in L.A.
So there was a record
studio.
made in Washington and
Yeah,
Los
at
Angeles.
the Track Studios, and it's Silver Spring, Maryland, right outside of Washington.
Emmylou Harris, queen of the silver dollar. Here is a strange show business combination, a father and daughter combination, Royce and Jeannie Kendall.
Heaven's just a sin away, oh, just a sin away. I can't wait another day, I think I'm giving in. How I'd love to hold you tight, oh, be with you tonight. But that still won't make it right, 'cause I belong to him. Way down deep inside, I know that it's all wrong. Your eyes keep tempting me, and I never was that strong. Devil's got me now, gone and got me now. I can't fight him anyhow, I think he's gonna win. Heaven's just a sin away, oh, just a sin away. Heaven help me when I say I think I'm giving in. Oh, way down deep inside, I know that it's all wrong. Your eyes keep tempting me, and I never was that strong. Devil's got me now, gone got me now. I can't fight him anyhow, I think he's gonna win. Heaven's just a sin away, oh, just a sin away. Heaven help me when I say I think I'm giving in. Heaven's just a sin away, oh, just a sin away. I can't wait another day, I think I'm giving in.
The Kendalls with Heaven is Just a Sin Away.
I switched to Bayer.
Are you talking to me?
I used to use an aspirin substitute.
Who are you?
Then do you know what I read?
Well, you know, I don't take this bus often.
Inflammation often accompanies pain, and aspirin substitutes do nothing to relieve inflammation.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Also, a major hospital study showed 99 times out of 100, Bayer didn't upset the stomach, so I switched to Bayer.
Come to think of it, my aunt switched to Bayer.
Yeah? What bus does she take?
Bayer aspirin, the kind of relief you cannot get from an aspirin substitute. Use only as directed.
Have you met Connie Smith yet?
No, I haven't, but I like her.
Boy, just look at all the fun you're going to have meeting all
There's
these
so many
people.
people to meet, yeah.
Connie Smith's going to sing the next song.
I don't wanna be, I just couldn't be any other than what you make of me. Can't you see it's true? All I want is you. I don't wanna be free. I hear people say they're free to go or stay. That's alright with me, but I'm not made that way. Let them talk about it, I can do without it. I don't wanna be free. Call me foolish, head up in the air. Call me dreamer, what do foolish dreamers care? All I want is to keep on pleasing you. I don't care what other foolish dreamers do. I believe in you, I believe it's true that what you give away comes right back to you. All I wanna be is what you want of me. I don't wanna be free. Call me foolish, head up in the air. Call me dreamer, what do foolish dreamers care? All I want is to keep on loving you.
believe in you, and I believe it's true that what you give away comes right back to you. All I wanna be is what you wanna be. I don't wanna be free. I don't wanna be
Connie Smith singing I Don't Want to Be Free. Emmylou, now this is I'm reaching here, all right?
Yeah.
Top of the head type answer will be sufficient. Funniest thing that ever happened to you in show business?
Oh, my goodness.
You told me earlier that you were a klutz, that you were clumsy. Has this been carried on to the stage?
Oh, several times. I mean, okay, I think I've got it.
All right.
I have several outfits. One of them is on the cover of Elite Hotel that it has long fringe going almost, I'm at least 3 or 4 feet long coming down the arms. And sometimes it gets caught in the guitar strings, but that's no problem. Well, we used to do a version of Shop Around on stage, and it was the only song that I played tambourine on, and it would be a long guitar vamp. It was the song that the band would shine out on. This was when James Burton was with us, and before Captain and Tennille did the song. That's when I stopped doing it. And I would play tambourine, and I would get into it, and I'd be playing up a storm, and I would move around the stage, and I'd go over by the amps, and I'd be playing the tambourine, just as fast as I could, and the fringe on my guitar, the fringe on my sleeve, you see what I mean? I even klutz when I talk. The fringe on my outfit got wrapped around the head of my rhythm guitar player's guitar to the point where I could not get myself away from it. And James was over there playing his solo, and I knew any minute he was going to give the high sign to the drummer, in which he went into a roll, which I had to rush back to the microphone and sing my big heavy ending that brought people to their feet, because I would just, put on my Tina Turner imitation. and I was frantically trying to retrieve myself from it, and finally I did. I don't know how I did it, but it was so funny. And I had the light guys and the sound people who had watched me drop tambourines and trip and do all kinds of things all during this tour. This was over in England. They were at the point where they were saying, "What's she going to do tonight?" But that was the biggest disaster. I finally retrieved myself. I think I had to leave 3 or 4 pieces of fringe wrapped around the keys of the guitar to do it.
All right. I think we'll move on now, with that said, to Jim Ed Brown and Helen Cornelius.
We've been making love, but that don't make it love. It ain't wrong, but it ain't right enough.
It gets you through the night, but in the morning light, don't your conscience call your bluff?
If it ain't love time now,
it's never gonna be. Baby, we both know how it really ought to be. We've both been pretending we don't see the ending that's so plain to see.
if it ain't love by now,
It's never gonna be.
we could compromise, tell each other lies. We could try, but the truth is too strong.
There will come a day when one of us will stray, and it feels like it won't be too long.
If it ain't love
wanna be. Baby, we both know how it really ought to be. We both been pretending we don't see the ending that's so plain to see. If it ain't love by now, it's never gonna be. Baby, if it ain't love by now, it's never gonna be. If it ain't love by now, it's never gonna be.
Jim Ed Brown and Helen Cornelius striking again with a hit song called If It Ain't Love by Now.
Here's Merle Haggard for tough Ford pickups.
Hey, pickup driving man, are you in love? Ford's got your kind of a real tough truck. It's a strong running, long running, smooth as a song running pickup with a proud Ford brand. Made tough with the pickup driving man.
That's right, Merle. Ford pickups are tough. Because Ford's got over 350 square feet of special rust protection, including exclusive inner fender liners that can't rust. Plus high-efficiency big cube V8s that really crank out some power. And rugged twin I-beam front suspension, a Ford exclusive. Ford, it's one tough truck.
Made tough for the pickup driving man.
Emmylou, we have one more song for you to sing. You selected it, so you tell us about it.
Okay, this is apparently an old song. It was taught to me by some bluegrass crony friends of mine, John and Faisal Starling, both really fine singers. They're singing with me on this. Also a really good a bluegrass musician, Mike Aldridge, is playing dobro on it. I wanted to get... This is a song we used to do in their living room, just sitting around. So I flew everybody out, and we did this just live in the what we call the comfort zone of the truck, the recording studio. It's a tiny little studio. It's part of the truck, and you can get a small band in there and actually record. And we just sat in there and recorded it live, and it's just one of those spiritual songs that has a special meaning for me, and so I wanted to end the show with it. It's called Satan's Jewel Crown.
Now if I were a queen and a ruler of nations, with diamonds and jewels profound, well, I'd rather know that I had salvation than to know my reward would be Satan's jewel crown. Satan's jewel crown. I've worn it so long, but God for my soul has reached down. His love set me free. He made me His own and held me cast on Satan's jewel crown. Oh, this life that I live, so sinful and evil, jewel crown, Satan's jewel crown. I've worn it so long, but God for my soul has reached down. His love set me free. He made me his own and helped me cast off Satan's jewel crown.
Our guest, Emmylou Harris, and Satan's Jewel Crown. Emmylou, I want to thank you for coming and visiting with us and letting the country music fans around America hear you and what you had to say.
Well, thank you very much, Ralph. I've had a real good time.
I hope you come back to see us sometime.
Okay, I sure will.
As they say in the South, y'all come back here.
Oh, I know that. I'm from Alabama.
Our show presented by those dependable Ford trucks and by America's best-selling pain reliever, Bayer Aspirin. Ralph Emery, thanking you for listening.
Thank you.